If your balance is a little bit off, or maybe these days you're getting a little bit of knee pain or hip pain or ankle pain, and you're just trying to take the edge off, you may start looking at a cane and think, which kind of cane should I get? Is it going to help me? In this video, I'm going to show you some of the pros and cons of each of the types of canes. Some have different handles, some have different feet. They all have their pros and cons. In this video, we're going to go over all of those guys. I'm Dr. Sean, your PT guy. In our videos, help you learn how to move better and stay independent so you can enjoy your life. Let's get started. Disclaimer! Now there are some features to look out for when you're selecting a cane. Some are less sturdy than others, and some have different handles than others. Over here, if you don't have a cane, a lot of times people will actually just take a putter. They'll putt, but then they'll also just kind of use their putter along. Okay, so sometimes we use this guy. It's kind of fun if you want to hit a ball or something. It is fun. It's got the rubberized tip. If it's got a plastic tip or a metal tip, definitely don't do that. You want something that's not going to slide, okay? Even the rubber slides a little bit, so you got to be very careful using a putter. I wouldn't suggest using a putter unless you're going to putt. But sometimes people do. But over here we have the single point cane. This is my favorite overall cane, just kind of a go-to single point cane. It's just good for around the house, out in the community. But the issue with this one is because it only has one rubberized tip, when you go to set it down, it doesn't really stay standing up like these other ones over here. But overall, it's a great cane. It feels good in the hand. It's got this curve. It's nice. It's got a rubberized grip. It telescopes up and down. This little guy right here spins out, and then you can actually bring this shorter or bring it up to your height. Speaking of height, where are you supposed to put a cane handle? If you just stand up nice and tall and you drop your hand down, then the handle should really be roughly about where your wrist was when you're standing up tall. So this is a pretty good spot for me. Every once in a while, you may start to walk around and you may start to hear this cling, that tingy kind of sound. That's because this guy is starting to loosen up. So every once in a while, a couple weeks, you're gonna have to tighten it down just to make sure it's nice and tight. Because if it is loose, or if your cane's not in good working order, you don't want it accidentally telescoping on you when you're trying to use it to improve your balance. We don't want to fall. So this is a single point cane. And then over here, we have more of a walking trek cane. This one's got a little bit of a different grip, so you can just kind of grab onto it and you kind of keep it at your side, you're kind of going around. It's got a nice rubberized big bottom here, okay? Which does generally help, stay up, but as it goes on, you're gonna notice it just starts to fall because these rubber pieces kind of bend a little bit. This is a great one to use like in sand, gravel, not deep sand, because if it's in deep sand, it's still gonna mess up. So not a good idea. But you're gonna be walking around with this one. It's kind of a nice one just to kind of, keep going and stuff. It is a helpful tool. Over here we have the HurryCane, my favorite cane, probably overall, okay? This is definitely my overall roundabout best case scenario cane. It's got the nice rubberized grip. I love the color, blue, they have different kinds of colors. It's also got the telescope one where it goes up and down. And not only that, this cane has 3 tips, which just means it stands up easier. And then, best of all, if you pull it apart, it goes like this, and then it telescopes, and it can go in your purse. I didn't telescope this down, but it would just be like right here. Look at that, pretty easy. And then in order to get it back, you just basically do this, and there you go. You are off again. The HurryCane is a great stable cane. I love the HurryCane because when you're going along, it just grabs, it creates some more stability. It's a great cane overall. The sturdiest is the quad cane. Quad because it has 4 points on the bottom, and some are smaller quad canes. There's also bigger quad canes. A lot of times you're going to see this if someone's had a stroke and they can't use one arm, and their leg may be affected, so they need some pretty significant stability, or they need to bear a lot of weight through the side, and putting that straight down, they can push really a lot of the weight down through and bring the leg through. It's a great cane for that, but a couple things. Sometimes people put these legs and they're facing in. If they're facing in, that's a problem, because when they go to step, those feet that come in, they can actually trip you. Okay, that's not good. We're trying to prevent falls, not increase falls. So that also brings up another point, which I'll get to with the other canes, but when you're going to use the quad cane, just make sure those outside legs are facing the outside. And also when you're using a quad cane, one of the problems that people have with a quad cane is they start to just rock it like this. They put their cane out like this, and they're just kind of rocking along, okay? Which defeats the purpose of the cane, because the cane is that's just not going to improve your balance. You need to, when you're placing it down, you need to put it flat on the ground and then bring your leg through, okay? Flat and bring your leg through, okay? So like that, that's going to be important for using a quad cane. This is one of the reasons why many physical therapists actually hate using one of the quad canes for those reasons, because it can be a habit that people get into and it throws off the balance, which we're trying to improve the balance. How should you use a cane? Where should you place a cane? That's what we talked about with the quad cane, but the same thing can happen using another cane. Let me just show you on the single point cane for a moment. A single point cane, if you're just walking along, or if someone says, hey Sean, here, ooh, you can trip because you're not aware of where you're placing the cane tip. If you place the cane tip too kind of towards your feet, then you don't have enough space down here to clear your foot. You may actually end up tripping. So rather than just hold the cane out like this, which no one's going to want to do, doing that, that's not helpful. I try to tell people, keep your hands down, but your wrist, cock your wrist out a little bit. If you cock your wrist out a little bit, then that just makes that cane, the cane tip, go that way a little bit more, okay? So when you're kind of going like that, that's helpful. See? So that's how you would use any of these canes. They all have their pros and cons. They're all helpful in their own ways. So hopefully that helps you figure out which one to use. Remember, if you're trying to make a hole-in-one, or I guess it really wouldn't be a hole-in-one, but if you're trying to make that putt, there you go. Those are the canes. Those are some of the pros and cons of using each of these different types of canes. The main goal of the cane is to improve your mobility and reduce your risk of falls. Speaking of falling, if you want more tips and training on how I teach people to prevent falls, you can find that in the link in the description below. And if you want more videos just like this one to help you learn how to move better and stay independent to enjoy your life, click the subscribe button down below, and we'll see you in the next video.